In today's video, we are going to know everything about the demon named Doma in Demon Slayer. From the fact that he killed two of the most fan-favorite demon slayers, and also that he loves one of the female Hashira. And why Doma is the most awful demon in the series, towards whom even Muzan shares a strong hostility. So without any further ado, let's dive right into why Doma is labeled as the worst of all demons. Almost every creature possesses emotions, be it anguish, sorrow, happiness, or even fear. However, in the case of Doma, he doesn't feel a thing. That's what makes him the worst demon, and this is all because of his past human life. To know that, let's see how his past human life was. If you already know about his past, you can skip this part and jump directly to its never-seen facts. Doma was born with beautiful and rare rainbow-colored eyes. Because of this unusual trait, his parents thought that he was able to hear the voices of God and was groomed to be the religious leader of the Eternal Paradise cult, a position that he held until his death. When he was a child, his mother became crazy and stabbed his father to death. Because of the many affairs his father had, his mother then committed suicide by poisoning herself right in front of him. Despite these gruesome sights, he only felt annoyed by the mess and the smell of blood, wanting to clean his room before the bad smell stuck. For not one moment did he feel sad over their death of his parents. When he became 20, he met Muzan 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐬𝐷𝐷, who transformed him into a demon. As a demon, Doma becomes stronger by feasting on many female humans, who, according to Doma, are better to eat because they have many nutrients inside them that are used to nurture babies. We first see Doma when he is still the upper moon 6, while he is in the middle of eating a geisha. Later, he becomes even stronger and rises to the position of upper moon 2. He dies because of the… Nah, not now. Watch until the end to know, cause we have a lot more interesting traits to discuss about him. Now let's see the most interesting part, Doma's skills and abilities. Enhanced regeneration. When Akaza punched off both his lower jaw and his upper head, and he swiftly regenerated himself with no effort, even stating the fatal attack to be a friendly gesture. Enhanced endurance. Doma never once showed the slightest bit of pain, discomfort, and panic at being wounded. He stayed nonchalant, calm, and continued fighting or talking as though nothing happened. Absorption. Doma is able to completely absorb and devour an entire human body without eating them, having completely broken down and incorporated Shinobu Kocho's body into his own within only a few seconds after killing her. Blood Demon Art. Mostly attacks which create and produce ice and frost using his own flesh and blood. Wilted Hanging Garden. Doma moves his fans, producing numerous attacks which move rapidly to create gusts of razor-sharp attacks. Freezing Fog. A gust of wind made by Doma's fan which created a cloud of ice particles, freezing objects that came into contact with it, including lungs if it was inhaled. Lotus Ice. Doma creates various ice lotuses to attack or ensnare his opponent. Scattering lotuses, Doma makes several slashes of snowfall and ice to tear through his opponent's flesh. Arctic White Princesses. Doma creates two female humanoid figures out of ice that blow cold wind similar to freezing fog, but with a much larger and wider range. Wintry Icicles. Doma creates multiple ice spears to impale his target from far away. Lotus Vines. Doma creates a blizzard of lotus petal-shaped shards of ice which tear his opponents to shreds. Crystal Prince. Doma produces miniature ice replicas of himself to battle his opponents. He is able to make 3 at once, and all of them possess the same power as Doma himself, and are capable of using any of his blood demon arts. Hoarfrost. Water Lily Bodhisattva. Doma's strongest blood demon art. He creates a large Bodhisattva ice statue to attack and destroy his targets. The statue is capable of creating powerful cold gushes of wind, easily freezing someone to death. Some of the craziest facts you don't know about Doma. Doma killed Inosuke's mother. Inosuke's past hasn't been revealed extensively, but his fight with Doma shed some light regarding his origins, because it turns out one of the women who Doma pulled into his cult was Inosuke's mother, Kotoha Hashibira. She had no choice since she ran away from an abusive family. Sadly, 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐬 was too sharp and eventually noticed that Doma was killing and eating his cult members. So, she tried to escape with a baby 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐢𝐬𝐵, but Doma found her and shortly killed her afterward, even claiming to eat her down to the bone. Thankfully, 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐬 managed to save 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐢𝐬𝐵 by throwing him down a river. By the way guys, I forgot to tell you that my colleague Olivia challenged me to double up my subscriber count by the end of this month, so that I can take her on a date. I'm giving it my best, but it's not possible without your little effort. Please help me go on my first date. Hoping for the best, let's get to the video. Doma was the one who turned Daki and Gyutaro into demons in their bad times and introduced them to Demon King Muzan when he was on the position of upper rank 6. Doma is always smiling and acts very friendly, but this cheerful, caring nature is simply a facade. He states that he cares for his fellow upper moons and even cries when he learns that 𝐜𝐤𝐤𝐬𝐷 died, though in fact, he doesn't feel anything for them. He doesn't appear to feel pain, though he sometimes seems to desire it, showing some masochistic tendencies. When he was asking Muzan Kibutsuji what sort of punishment he should be given for his failure, he seems to show some excitement when considering the possibilities. 𝐜𝐤𝐤𝐬𝐷 hates him. 𝐜𝐤𝐤𝐬𝐷, whose principles on which humans to kill and eat clashes with Doma's wanton proclivities. 𝐜𝐤𝐤𝐬𝐷 refuses to kill or eat women, despite knowing it would make him stronger, and only kills and eats victims who can fight back to a certain degree. Thus, he occasionally lashes out at Doma and even assaulted Doma with some lethal blows. Doma being Doma, he enjoyed the interaction. LOL for 𝐜𝐤𝐤𝐬𝐷. There are some hints that suggest Doma may be in love with Shinobu. For example, when Shinobu scolds Doma for being a nuisance, he seems to be quite hurt by her words. Additionally, Doma often follows Shinobu around and tries to please her, even though she is often rude to him. These actions could be interpreted as signs of love. However, it is also possible that Doma simply enjoys annoying Shinobu and does not have any romantic feelings towards her. Later, he kills Shinobu Kocho later. It was Inosuke, Kanao Tsuyuri, and Shinobu Kocho who faced Doma in the later chapters of the manga. While Shinobu was the fastest among the Hashira, her speed proved no match against Doma's, and the upper rank demon could even blitz her like she was a child. After killing Shinobu, Doma even went as far as to absorb her afterward as an alternative to eating his victims. The tragic part is that Kanae Kocho, the flower Hashira and Shinobu's sister, was also slain by Doma some years prior to the present timeline in Demon Slayer. He has a cult. Doma is actually an atheist, but that didn't stop him from developing his own cult, where all the members worship him as a god. He calls this cult the Eternal Paradise Faith, where he sometimes listens to his followers' woes and gives them advice. After that, he handpicks whoever he will devour among the hapless followers. This way, Doma gets his steady supply of human meat, and the best part for him is that he doesn't even need to hunt them, since they will willingly seek him out. That's how he beelined for the upper rank 2 position after starting out as upper rank 6. How he gets killed. Shinobu didn't go down without a fight, of course, and her getting absorbed by Doma was a noble sacrifice that allowed Inosuke and Kanao to finally behead Doma. Because through her subsequent attacks and after Doma absorbed her, Shinobu was able to poison Doma extensively. This weakened Doma to the point where his immense upper rank 2 strength and status became manageable for Inosuke and Kanao, who are nearly Hashira level at this point. Despite losing a Hashira in the process of killing Doma, this was still a victory for the Demon Slayer corpse, much to Doma's displeasure, dying to the hands of a mere human. This video took a lot of effort to make. I'm wishing for 1,000 likes if you enjoyed the video. We have also done a video explaining everything about the Upper Moon 1 Kokushibo. Here you can watch it.